You tell me, is this a terrible idea or something that's going to take off, a money-making venture? I read about it and thought this has got to be a joke. And I think Chris Demm thought the same. There's a woman, the two women were in the New York Times for doing this. One is named Monica Jeremiah. She's 36 years old. Now, she's from Australia. And there's another woman here in the United States in Queens that's doing it. They're doing what's called hotbedding, where
Dave just sat up.
Dave, you're interested, I see.
You have my attention.
Hotbedding.
I heard a hot rack. Hot racking.
What's hot racking in your mind?
Hot racking's a Navy term. That's what guys do in the Navy when they have limited sleeping quarters. And one guy will sleep 6 to 8 hours, and then as soon as he gets up, the next guy goes right into the bed. Mm-hmm. So it's a hot rack.
Hot racking.
It never has time to get cold.
Oh, I see.
Copy that.
I thought, you
have to share the bed, but you're on duty while the bed is occupied.
Yeah. I thought it was two guys in the same bed, but you sleep head
to foot.
So that,
no, that's
I think
something
the Navy
else.
allows
that's
that.
something.
Well, don't ask, don't tell.
Well, they might now. I think they might do that.
It's don't ask, don't tell.
Well, you sleep head to foot. You know, what was it Jerry Seinfeld said? But the genitals still line.
They still line
up.
Despite the Village People's
so it really doesn't.
hit record from the late 60s.
It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's not going to stop anything. No, hot bedding, at least as described.
It's even hotter.
This is hot.
Huh?
Two people they talked to have done it, and they're making quite a bit of money doing it. One woman, the woman you're about to hear from, Monique Jeremiah, charges $600 a month. She rents out one side of her bed. She lives alone.
Not a duplex.
Not
a room.
Nope, not a roommate. Not a roommate. At night, someone can come over after a background check, slip into bed with her, $600 a month, platonically, and it's just a place to sleep is all it is. And she describes here that you also get access to things like the sitting area of the bedroom and the shower.
And right now, I'm going to give you a tour of my hotbed and the room which you can share with me, which is a fantastic alternative, especially if you like to think outside the box. So right behind me is the queen size bed, which you can rent half with me and enjoy my company in my house.
Queen size bed. You think it needs
That's
to be
not even the biggest.
It needs to be a king.
No, it's not.
It needs to be a California king. Really doesn't
Yes.
hurt. And she doesn't care gender.
What does she look like?
Attractive.
All right.
Attractive woman in her mid-30s.
But it's platonic, Dave.
Completely platonic.
Yeah, but still, you don't want to lay next to an ogre.
Your words.
Wow.
Well, we've all woken up with you.
Okay. Your words.
Out with it like that.
Think about it. I mean, she's got to sell she's got to sell it.
Well, and she was on video selling it. She's an attractive young woman. And she says, as long as you're lining up with my values, I have no problem renting to anyone, just half the bed and some other things.
This particular bed is very comfortable. It's good for companionship hot bedding. It's very social because I'm a social person. There's also a double bathroom and a double shower, which you can enjoy. Behind me is also a nice sitting area and also a TV and balcony to enjoy. So hot bedding is definitely a concept which is something outside the box. It's good for entrepreneurial people that like to have a friend to stay next to and they're never alone. Hot bedding. This is a new way of rental sharing in Australia right now.
She says taking off in Australia, and there's one woman also on there from Queens.
Who's your target market?
Well,
she said she's the entrepreneur. I hear that.
Yeah. So it's somebody who...
But who needs a place to stay randomly?
Okay.
Traveling business people?
Well, how about B.B. Shea? All right. Here's B.B. Shea, who lives with his parents.
Yes.
And recently told me that a one-bedroom apartment for him of any decency is $1,500 a month, and he can't afford it. So for $600 a month, you don't get the whole apartment, but you can just come in and like he works.
The sleepy part and the shower part.
Yeah, you come in, you get a shower, you sleep with her, you get up, you can, while you're home, you can enjoy the bedroom itself, and that's it. But, what happens on weekends when he's not at work? Can he stay in the house? Because then you're renting a house.
Sounds like no.
No.
So the answer is no, you're hot bedding.
I like that when BB Shea opened up to you and told you, I can't afford to live on my own.
Yeah.
I'm not making enough money.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I'll help you fight for a raise. You said, have you heard of hot bedding?
Yeah.
You want to pay $600 to lay platonically
next to a
woman?
Next to a woman.
Your son's room is unoccupied.
My son's room. That's right.
Maybe BB Shea can move in.
That's true. My son has a roommate who's in and out. Sometimes he's not there. At college.
Your son's room is
yeah.
best.
But my son's room, you're right. My son's room at home is unoccupied. Yeah, my son's Well, I shouldn't be saying that. I shouldn't be saying it. But actually, this is a tale as old as time in college, I suppose. My son's roommate came to him about a week ago, and my son was in the room. It was about 10 o'clock. The roommate comes in and says, I need you to give me about an hour and a half. And my son said, for what?
Ben.
Okay, so he did. He got out of the room.
Where does one go?
He wandered
the common area.
Just wandered the quad for a
quad.
few minutes there, and he went outside. And
I hope they're not using my TV.
Looked at the statues.
Looked at the closed Bojangles.
yeah, there it is.
Wandered past the darkened football stadium.
Correct. That's
Watching the old lady lock up the library.
it's university.
Yeah.
That's what you do. It's tale as
The
old as
janitor
time.
buffing the floors.
Yeah.
In the academic
I'm
buildings.
gonna need
Studies the statue of the
He
pirate.
passed the young lady on the way out. Okay.
Says hello to the other kids kicked out of the room.
Right. Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
Kicked out of your room for sex. Yeah.
Room of getting some.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
You know, if colleges were smart, they'd open a little room for that.
Little sex room.
Yeah,
Little
no.
hot bedding.
No, I mean a room for,
For those
when your roommate's
displays.
getting it.
Those displays.
Yeah, it has pool tables, TVs.
Yeah.
You know, just because we all know
Yeah.
what it is. So why not give them a place to go?
Well, they have a little common area in the dorms. You know.
Yeah.
At least they did in my day. They had a little reading room.
How about his roommate, man? How many weeks are we in?
1.5.
1.5.
Scoring?
Leia.
Apparently, this roommate is quite the ladies' man.
Yeah. You
yeah,
think?
he's already been out with a few while there, and my son.
Make hay while the sun shines.
So they say that's his philosophy. That's just fine. You know, hey, it's college.
Right.
You do what you do. And I said to my son, I said, well, this is college. You know, you get out and go. I was oftentimes in the reading room reading Stephen King while my roommate
You were
was.
banished?
I was banished. You remember? I think I've told you that. I'd go to and then others would come in and be like, oh, my God, he's in here. Because they'd often come in with their girlfriends because they've been kicked out of their room. Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
What's
I was
the protocol on that when you come back, though? How do you know when to come back to the room? Are they on a clock?
He said an hour and a half. He
Is there
said,
a text
hour and a
that-
half.
Maybe you can text now.
Yeah, but even though, I mean, if it's an hour and 40, do you
yeah,
knock on the door?
that's a good question. My son.
Or does he come get you? Like a
Yeah.
like a dentist?
walk out to
We're
the
ready for you now.
the common-
We can take you back
common
now.
area. Jimmy, you're talking about hotbedding. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know how you're going to take this one because it involves, sex, but it also involves making money. So I'll wait for your opinion on it. When I was in college, it was, guy dorms and girl dorms. It wasn't shared.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go away for holidays. My roommate was an international student. So I came home early one, I think Thanksgiving break, and basically walked in on something and found out that my roommate was making money by selling my bed to couples that were on campus.
I do not like that.
That's brilliant.
But
But that's your bed,
that is
bro.
your bed. That's really wrong.
That's low.
That's really wrong.
That's over the line.
Agreed. And what did you say to him?
I moved out and got an off-campus.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really wrong.
That's exactly what he wanted.
Now I am
He
an
owes you half.
You know I'm entrepreneurial and I do like making money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does involve some, but man, to rent out your bed, that is just wrong.
He should at least change the sheets after.
Thank you, Jim. I mean, I would hope.
But he doesn't.
didn't. He didn't, I'm sure.
College guys don't change seats but once a semester.
Dang,
guys don't.
Man, Jimmy, that is rough. That's hotbedding right there. That's a different type of hotbedding for sure. Is there any chance this thing can take off? Hotbedding? I don't think.
I mean,
so.
it can't be legit.
no.
Can
I mean,
I mean, you talk about risk.
I
and
mean-
obviously, there are trustworthy people out there.
Mhm.
But imagine if this was a couple of dudes. I mean, these are two young, attractive females
correct.
that are doing this. But if
Yeah.
a guy said it, you'd think instant pervert.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
You would never trust a man
No, you would not.
to rent half a bed.
Correct. Lisa Costa is the other woman they interviewed from Queens. And both of them said they were both running small businesses when COVID took them out. And so during COVID, they opened up their bed for hotbedding. And they made you take a COVID test.
But who are their clientele? I mean, do you get repeat businesses or just one-offs?
You're not going to
what I'm
get.
saying?
You're
It
not going to
doesn't
get
talk about
Johns.
that. That's a good question.
Like if you're out of your apartment between
yeah.
maybe it's being renovated or you're in between leases.
You need a quick hotbed.
Pervs.
Pervs who want
It's all pervs.
who want to sleep next to you.
Yeah, it's all pervs. I mean, I don't know why we're dancing around it. It's all pervs doing it.
But I don't
so
think
limiting.
these ladies are doing like OnlyFans or anything.
Right.
No, but I think if you want to go pay some hot woman to sleep next to her for a night,
Right.
it's to get off.
The way I don't think so. The way
But they swear there's no touching.
no, there's no touching.
Exactly,
Simply
but
plot.
there's that's fine. But it's still pervs wanting to lay next to somebody. That's part of the whole,
But
I'm
if
laying
you-
next to a stranger who I can't
I mean,
touch.
yeah, that may be your thing.
Yeah.
But she does it also on a nightly basis. So if you want to pay $50 for one night, it's that's a third of what you're going to pay for a hotel in Sydney, Australia, or New York City, or less. I mean, that's a really good deal. $50, all you need is one side of the bed, and she rents. She
place
gets
to brush your teeth.
and that's all you need is a shower and a bed. I disagree with you on that. I don't.
You're never going to convince me that it's not a pervy thing. You're
Yeah.
just not. Because I just think even if it's $50 a night, you go to a hostel for $10 if you really want to.
But it's nasty. And this is a very nice room, and you're getting a very comfortable bed. You just have to share it with somebody. A
queen.
Now, a queen. A queen.
Yeah,
is
you're
what
not.
sharing
Yeah,
with.
I'm sorry. You're just not going to convince me. If you really just need a place, if you're traveling like that, you are used to staying in hostels where you just need a bed and a shower. This is sexual in some way. You're just not going to convince me it's not.
Well, I think you're 100% wrong because a hostel, I've stayed in a hostel. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You stay here, it's very nice, and you get it for $50. She's doing it for $50 a night in New York City or Sydney, Australia, where you're going to pay probably $200 for a hotel. If you're struggling with money, you say, okay, I'll do this. Now, it's completely new sounding, and I'm not saying there are not certain aspects of it, but I don't think every single person that's laid in her bed, and she says she's had a successful business for 3 years, is sitting there because they're perverts. The one woman in Queens said she started it because she needed money during COVID, and she called her ex and said, I know you're struggling. I'm struggling too. Do you want to just come over and share a bed? And so that's what he did. And he started paying her to share the bed. Even though they were exes, they never touched each other. And then when he was done and moved on, she said, I'll just do this. I'll have people come
So
over.
limiting, though. I mean, all you have access is to the bedroom and
Yeah,
the
that's
bathroom.
what's so weird.
I mean,
It's-
you can't. Oh, so she said there was a TV in there, I guess. But can you do that in the middle of the day if you come home from a meeting and lay in the bed and watch TV? Will she allow that?
What a
Or are
weird-
you just there to sleep
get the
and,
Wi-Fi?
Basically just there to sleep.
and watch her prance around?
Sleep and prance.
All right.
So that's what I get out of it.
Prancing's extra.
Mike.
Well, no, I mean, she's got to walk.
You're charging.
Yeah, she's got to
There's
walk
no
in the
other
room.
time. You're not allowed any other time.
Mike, you're talking about hotbedding. Two women have started this. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. P1 from Fayetteville.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say, I just think she's completely naive. In countries where there's a crazy work culture like Japan, there's capsule hotels where people, there's even one now they're putting out there where it's just a little telephone booth where you don't even lay down.
Yeah.
You just lean
right.
forward.
That's right.
But on top of that, man,
But you don't have those in New York City, do you?
well, here's what I was going to say about that. New York City, YMCA, $80 a night. You get your own TV, your own fridge, clean sheets. It's a deal, man.
Is
They
it?
still-
They're all
do
over
that?
the city.
Yeah, you can do that, really.
It's still fun to
Oh,
stay. at
each
the
one's got
YMCA.
like 9 floors of rooms.
I had
Completely
no
different
idea.
facilities than what we had.
Oh, I had no
Than
idea.
what's
I thought
down
that
here.
had gone away.
I didn't think that was doing it. It's still fun to stay at the YMCA.
Get yourself a good meal.
They got a shower.
Get yourself clean.
Use the typewriter.
Eat a pear.
Yes.